Hi, folks. It's Keith Beardsley of the Beardsley Real Estate Team, www.beardsleyteam.ca. Here today with something new we're going to try, and we're going to put our blog, which we used to write, we're going to put it now online in form of a video, and it'll be on our stats page. So what we're going to do is look at the numbers that came out and for sales up to the end of October, and then we're going to give you some of my thoughts and opinions on it, and we'll go from there. Others may have different opinions. That's the nature of a blog. It's what we think. We don't always have to agree. So the Ottawa board numbers are out. Now, the Ottawa board now has converted over to the Canadian Real Estate Association numbers and using the housing price index. So it's a little bit more accurate than what we would have before. The number sometimes will change a little bit compared to what we would have expected under the Ottawa board and the way some of the stuff is calculated, but that's fine. These are good numbers. They're pretty solid. So what are we looking at for October? Well, sales volume, not a great month. It was definitely not one of those months that we like to talk about. Sales in October in the Ottawa region were down 36.4% below the 5-year average of sales. So volume of sales definitely down in October. It's also down 30.8% from the 10-year average. So again, like we said, not a great month for sales. Year to date, well, sales from beginning of January up until the end of October compared to the same time last year are down about 12.3%. So that you see that declining sales volume pushed down, basically by the interest rates. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. That's where the problem is. So what does this mean if you're buying or selling a home? Well, lots of buyers are simply waiting. They figure prices will come down. And yeah, they're adjusting a little bit, but not a lot. Not what we would think. Not like we see in some cities like Toronto. Nothing like that. But it does take a lot longer to sell. You used to be able to sell your house over the last 3 years. I mean, put your house on the market today, it's sold tomorrow. Well, now you're looking probably closer, stretching it out 1 month, 2 months, maybe longer. And that's simply the nature of the game when you get into this type of market. This is your regular market. It's not a down market. This is the type of market we would have seen prior to the pandemic. It takes longer to sell. You have to make sure your house is in perfect shape for when that buyer comes through because, they're making a decision as they walk through that door. High interest rates are forcing buyers to shop at lower price ranges. So if you're in, say, have a house in the sevens, well, you're going to sit a while because the buyers are shopping down in the sixes. You have a house in the 900s, buyers are probably shopping down somewhere between 7 and 8. So you've got to be careful where you price your house. Good, well-priced houses, good condition will always sell. But you can't get greedy. You can't expect to get the prices that you would have got back between 2020 and the end of last year here. So what are we looking at? Well, look at your price in 2020. Before the pandemic started, what was your house worth? Add roughly 12% to that price. Because the Ottawa market traditionally has increased between 2 and 4% per year. Pandemic threw all of that out the window for a few years, but that was generally the way we worked over the last couple of decades. So take your 2020 price, add your 12%. Now look at what your house is worth today. Even with so-called declining prices, your house is worth way more than what it would have been if we ever had a standard market in Ottawa. And I use my own house as the example. 2020 was probably worth about $320. During the pandemic, I probably could have got about $580 for it. Now I'm looking at the price and I'm saying, maybe it's worth $520 now. Okay, that's fine, but still an awful lot more than what I could have got back in 2020. So either way, you're still winning. You may just not get as much. Stop and think. If you have to sell, you can sell. Your house will still sell for you, but you just have to be careful. You have to be more patient, and you have to ask a lot of questions. That's all part of it. So that's Keith Beardsley saying, we're here to help any way we can. In the meantime, have a great day.